welcome to Therapy Thursday, where I give you some tips that helped me when it comes to any of the subjects that we've brought up so far. If you're just joining us, I am Jennifer Bradley. I'm doing a 10-week Transform You program. We have done gratitude, self-care, grounding, support, and honesty. And we've moved into the self game, a game of life. And that is what we are in right now. And our first space is forgiveness. So it being forgiveness, and my therapy tip, I am going to talk about a healing ceremony. This is something I learned during Reiki training. Is one of the things that people do in order to move on, conquer, let go of any situation or challenge. But for this week, I think it's so relevant to have some kind of ceremony. Like I was stating in one of my earlier videos, I was having a conversation with my therapist. And I told her, especially regarding forgiveness, I said, when is it going to stop hurting? And she simply said, when it does, which was like, ugh. But it's true, with forgiveness, we need time, patience, love, and a lot of kindness for ourselves. So this healing ceremony is where we take a sketch pad, a notebook, something, and we first and foremost write some letters. Now, when we are forgiving ourselves or others, there is some pent up anger. If you've watched the previous videos, forgiveness and anger go hand in hand with a side of sadness. So the reason for the letters, the reasons why we have to put this stuff on pen to paper, because we have to take action when it comes to what's building up inside of us. And it can't just be on our phones. It has to be like this physical action of letting go, of moving on, of overcoming, of conquering. So we take our pen and we take our paper and we write an angry letter first. Let's say, for instance, there's a person you need to forgive for this exercise. You put their name at the top and you just spew. Like we were talking about before regarding support a couple weeks ago, that this is where you can have your bucket. Your puke bucket is this letter. Instead of draining other people, you are putting it pen to paper, absolutely everything you feel. And I don't want you to filter it at all. Swear words and all. Every single thing you're feeling about this person. I want you to puke it out till you just feel tired and there's no more words left in you. And then when you get done with that, you turn the page. And then you write you on the top of the page, and this is love. Maybe the person that you have to forgive didn't show you love. I want you to show yourself love. Maybe they didn't show you compassion, understanding. Whatever it is, I want you to write every single thing down that's showing you love, showing you compassion in this situation. Sometimes we're saying we're the best person with giving advice, but we don't always take it. This letter is for you to be able to write down all the love that maybe you should have gotten from that person, but they couldn't give it to you. I want you to do that with this page. Pour all the love, compassion, understanding. And then I want you to take the two letters. And this is where the healing ceremony comes in. You take the two letters, and now your choice is what to do with them. Because in order to forgive, you have to let go of what's in these letters. You have to move on. You have to overcome. or you have to conquer. So there's a couple ways that you could do this. And I want to show you or tell you about one that I did. And then you can go ahead and modify it to your own healing ceremony when it comes to forgiveness. And again, like Amanda said, it's going to take as long as it's going to take. You might have to do one of these healing ceremonies for one person 100 times. And you might have to do it once for yourself or something else in another situation. And it didn't take long. It just took one ceremony for you and you were good. But let me give you one that I did for my mother. So my mom died before I could see her because I had my mental breakdown in 2023 after my spiritual experience, and I had a lot of recovery to do. Well, in that recovery time, I couldn't see my mom or my dad. I had to work on forgiveness for both of them because I learned in the mental hospital that I had deep-seated trust issues and abandonment issues from childhood. So I was not very happy with either of them when I got back. And I could logically say why they did what they did, but I had to feel the emotions. You have to go through it. You can't just say words in your head and say, okay, it's good. No, you have to do a physical action. So I had to really take the time to forgive them because one had dementia when they were living with us, and then the other one was holding on. But when she got to the facility, the nursing home, she now had full-blown dementia. So even if I wanted to do forgiveness for them, neither one of them are in a state to give me what I might have needed. So I had to do this myself. So it was one day that another person was talking about my mom, and they happened to say that my other sibling didn't do something with regards to my mom. And it just pulled so much anger within me because I went to the funeral home with both my parents and went through what they wanted for their last wishes. And that was like, if anybody's done that with another person, it's very emotional. It's very upsetting. And so, I mean, at the end of the day, what happened with my mom after she died, the day I forgave her, she passed away. I felt so much guilt for not being there to say goodbye to her before she passed. I just forgave her for whatever slight that I felt within myself from my childhood. So I couldn't even talk to her about that. And so like all of this was balling up. So I did my letters. I wrote a letter to my mom. I wrote a letter to myself. And then I wrote my love letter to both of us. And it was just like a healing puke session regarding everything that I was feeling in that moment. Her not getting her last wishes, me not being able to be there, her not knowing that I did forgive her, you know, just whatever it was. And I just poured it on the pages. And I like to have, we're fortunate enough to have a fire pit outside. So I got the fire going and I put on my mom's favorite music. And she liked reggae, religious songs, Frank Sinatra. So I played all of her favorite music. I put my letters in there with a bunch of other stuff. And I just thought of my mom, you know, and I let the tears come and I let go of the shame and the guilt and bringing in that forgiveness that I did feel for her. And it was such a beautiful moment. It was just me, the fire, the letters burning, and I saw the ashes go up, and I was like, this is literally the epitome of letting go. And it was just in that moment, I knew that I let go. I let go of control, that whatever was happening with her, regarding her ashes, you know, I can't control it. So I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let go of any more emotions or guilt of not being there. And just, I love you, Mom. And that was it. And then a cardinal came in, and many of you maybe think differently regarding a cardinal, but I thought it was kind of cool. A little chirping cardinal came by, and it was like, my mom's like, I see what you did, and I thank you for your forgiveness. And now you can just let it go. It's not important anymore. And then I put water on the fire, and then I felt so much lighter and brighter. And in that moment, I felt supported. I supported myself. So I definitely recommend doing a healing ceremony for each thing that you need to do with forgiveness for yourself or for others. Come up with your own healing ceremony. Maybe you don't have access to a fire pit, so you can rip these pages up and put it in the trash. You know, like the physical action, and take the bag and bring it out to the curb or wherever your big garbage is, and like get a dumpster and just throw it away. You cannot grab it back. It's just some physical action that you're taking of letting go, overcoming, moving on, whatever it is. I hope this was helpful for you. My name is Jennifer Bradley. I'm a spirituality coach. I'm right now doing a 10-week Transformune program. I definitely recommend to go back and listen to the 5 habits. They're great tools to have in your tool belt. We're working on forgiveness this week. It's our self game. If you want more information on that, I did the intro to all of the self game on Sunday, and you can get some great nuggets. I have been through the ringer. If you want to learn more about my story, I just did If God is Real, Why Do We Suffer on my YouTube channel. And you can learn about my story too, so you know who's teaching you. I have been there. I have had to move on, overcome, conquer, and let go. And I know that it starts with forgiveness. So let's finish out with our gratitude today. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Oprah Winfrey. So let's do that one more time. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the life that you have, in which each of these healing ceremonies that you get, it is a celebration of you supporting yourself, of you dumping on pages instead of people, and you're able to do whatever in that moment you need to do, even if it's the 100th time. And then more in life there is to celebrate. Isn't that the truth? That's from the O. Take care of everybody. Blessings to all who see this.